Okay, now we're done with the personal life questions, and we'll be moving to the next section, which is the educational questions or education-related questions. So what did you study for your pre-med?
So I was a cell and molecular biology major. It's a type of biology subspecialty, but it focuses on, the molecular study of biology. So cells, DNA, stuff like that. And I would say that's a popular major among biology students. Yeah.
Okay, what did you learn in the first couple of years at the university that you would like to pass along to the next generation?
This is a tough question as well. I can't name one specific lesson that I learned from university. I would say that we develop our life lessons. We learn our lessons from life in general, just like living life, working jobs, and not necessarily from courses. So to be honest, I feel like a university degree is not always 100% necessary for, a job or for life. And I hope in the future we can actually create more trade schools that will, save some time and money for people and prevent students from going into debt. So I hate to say this, but I feel like for some, careers, the university is a little bit overrated. You don't necessarily learn life from university. That's my take. I mean, so like, for example, I would say, did my major cell molecular biology help me so much in medical school and being a doctor? I would say not so much. I didn't really learn life lessons that would. Medical school, of course, was absolutely necessary to be a doctor, but was my undergraduate necessary? I think maybe not.
Would you like to talk us through a brief education timeline since the time you were in high school, applying for colleges and picking a major, up until you became a board certified physician?
Sure. So I actually didn't apply for colleges because I wanted to be around my family here in Lubbock, and Texas Tech was here in Lubbock. So I just I just went straight to Texas Tech because I wanted to be close to family, and always knew I wanted to study science. I've loved science since a child, and but I wasn't quite sure which degree I would get. And then after taking some courses, I liked cell and molecular biology. So then I chose cell and molecular biology as my major, and I actually finished my degree in 3 years because I had some credit from high school, some college credit that I attained in high school, and I actually clept out of some college courses. So I actually saved some time by finishing my degree in 3 years. And I didn't know I wanted to go. I was 100% sure I wanted to go to medical school in college. So I actually finished my degree and I took a year off to do like a year of research, and then I applied for medical school. So interesting enough, I wasn't, some people say, oh, I always knew I wanted to be a doctor, but that wasn't the case with me. I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, I liked medicine. I love science, but I wasn't sure if medicine was the right career for me. So I took a year off. I worked in a lab, doing research, and then I said, well, okay, I don't necessarily want to be in the lab for the rest of my life. I loved pharmacy. Actually, pharmacy was like one of my highest grades in medical school. So I thought, well, maybe I should do pharmacy, but I didn't. I wanted that human interaction, and I think pharmacy was kind of lacking that. So I didn't choose pharmacy, and then I kind of think through process of elimination, I decided that medicine would probably be the best match for me. So it wasn't a straight shot like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start preparing for medical school when I went to undergrad. That wasn't the case for me.
So why did you choose radiology in the first place?
Um, So radiology, if you guys are familiar with it, we look at images on a computer screen and we diagnose diseases based on those images. So like I told you, I'm an artistic person, and radiology is very visual. So I just thought, wow, I get to look at images all day long and diagnose people off of that. And I thought that's a perfect specialty for me. Also, with radiology, you have to be very detail oriented and kind of meticulous, and that kind of matches me as well. So it turned out to be a perfect match, and I'm glad I went into that specialty. Um, so it's been more challenging than I thought, because you have to sit and focus for 8 hours a day. Just sitting and concentrating. It's like you're taking a test for 8 hours a day. So in that aspect, I didn't realize how tiring and challenging it would be. But still, it's very it's a very nice specialty.
So you don't regret it?
I don't regret it. I think that was the only specialty that I would have gone into again. Yeah, so
That's good.
yes, yeah, no regrets, no regrets.
Yeah, what is the best advice that you have been given about the medical field?
Um, I would say I'll just let you know that in medicine there is kind of a lot of burnout. Right now practicing medicine has its challenges. There's a lot of paperwork and bureaucracy and red tape that clinicians have to deal with. Whether it's trying to get pre-authorization from insurance companies to get a study done. So there's a lot of extra challenges with practicing medicine nowadays than there was years ago. And burnout amongst physicians has become a big problem. So there's been a lot of focus on how to prevent burnout. And I think, one of the recommendations is, just focus on self-care. So do something that outside of medicine that brings pleasure, obviously, whether it's exercise or starting a new hobby or just taking time to spend with family. Those are all, important things to kind of maintain your sanity basically, and your self, your health.